What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of I hope everybody has had a wonderful week so far. Thank you for tuning in. You have made it to the end of your work week, so you know what that means. I gotta unmute this so there it is. There it is right there. Congratulations for making it to Friday. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. That's how we do it here on the AK Show. Thank you for tuning in. We're here on a Friday. Yes, indeed. But as I am recording this, it is Wednesday. So I'm just happy to be here, you know. It's been a rough week at work, but we here. I had to take a half a day today because I have to leave to be on the bus to go to our football game. We're coaching, so I only had a half day at work. So I'm not mad about that. But I had to take a half day so I could get to the game and get on the bus because one of our other coaches is out of town on like a business conference for the school, something on a conference in California. So. And we always take 3 buses. And we have 4 coaches, but we have 3 this week. So I'm excited for the game tonight. So I'm not mad at being here in the afternoon to be able to be here with you, record this episode. So thank you for tuning in. I do appreciate it. I hope you had a fabulous week so far. And I hope your weekend is much better than your week. And if your week is great, I hope it's 10 times better on the weekend. Because you know how we do on the weekend. We just like, some like to go out and have a good time. Some like to chill and relax. You know what I'm saying? I am missing something over here. Okay, I'll look for that later. I've gotten to the age where I just want to relax on the weekends. It just depends on how I'm feeling. You know, most of the time now, I just want to relax and chill. Like I'm okay with just going out to eat, coming back home, and just chilling, watching TV, college football. You know, watch whatever's on a movie, go to the movies, watch TV at home. You know. I'm at a point where I don't need to go to the club and go out like that. Unless we're going to do something fun, like go to Top Golf. Go to main event, go bowling, things like that. But just staying out late and partying, if we ain't got nothing to do, I'm good with staying. Go out to eat, come back home, chill on a Saturday. It's so relaxing. I'm not even gonna lie. Chilling at home on a Saturday, so fucking relaxed. Bro, I ain't even gonna lie. It's like we go out to eat, have a drink or two, and come back home and just chill and watch TV and relax. And then I'll be on the couch like falling asleep. Should be on the couch falling asleep. Like what? What time is it? 7 o'clock? It's fine. It's chill. Like you ain't gotta do nothing every weekend. It is what it is. But I'm ready for the weekend to get here, so I can just not have to go to work the next day. Really. That's why I want the weekend to get here. But we here. Thank you for tuning in. Today's episode, I want to talk about the Royals who played Tuesday. They're in the playoffs, and discuss a little bit the Chiefs situation and how I feel about them going forward up until the trade deadline. Because if you didn't notice, Rashee Rice got hurt, and we still don't know what his status is, if it's a torn ACL or not. But hey, I'm going to get into that today. So, the Royals, they played yesterday, or Tuesday. Tuesday, yesterday, because I'm recording this on Wednesday, but it's going to come out Friday. So, they played Tuesday in Game 1 of the playoffs. They made the playoffs, the wild card. And the wild card playoffs for Major League Baseball is 3 games. It's a 3-game series. They're all at the other team's place that has the better record. So they're playing Baltimore. And they took game 1. 1-0. So at the time of when this releases, hopefully the Royals won another game. Hopefully they win today's game on Wednesday. And by the time this releases, they have made it to the next round of the playoffs. So I just wanted to go over my thoughts of the game. And I'm going to be honest, I haven't watched a lot of Royals baseball this season. We went to one game. I watched one time when they were actually on TV because I don't have Bally Sports. And so, but I kept track of the scores. I listened to our local sports station. We have 2 of them. I only listen to one of them. I don't listen to the other one. I listen to 96 .5 The Fan that was formerly 610. Now they're on FM, which is great because it's a much crisp, clear sound in that, and I fucking love it. But I listen to that. I listen to Sports Talk, that station, and I keep up with the Royals. They talk about the Royals. I have it on my phone, notifications, whether they win or lose. So I've been keeping track of them. I've been talking about like they have great starting pitching, but their bullpen's a little weak. It's not as strong, but they're not putting up a lot of runs. But they have great starting pitching. So I had the game on yesterday. So the game came on at 3 on Tuesday. I had it on in PE because I still had one more class from that 3:10. So the time to start, I still had one more class left before the end of the day, before the kids get out. So I still had that one class. I put the game on, and we had PE class while the game was going on, and we were watching it while we were playing the activity we were doing. So I was watching it, and I was like, by the time the class got over and they went back to their classroom to pack up to go home, I think it was like already in the 3rd inning. So it was going by pretty quickly. But from what I watched, I was like, oh, this is going to be a pitching duel. And I watched it. I put it on my phone while we're doing car duty, getting kids out of here. I had it on my phone so I kind of keep an eye on and listen to it. Had it on my phone in the car so I could listen to it while I was driving on the way to practice. Now, and I missed a couple innings while I was at football practice. But then after practice, when we were going to have our team dinner, I was watching the last inning, and when they got the last out and won the game 1-0. But I want to go over the biggest turning point in the game, which at this point, it was up for grabs. At this point, I think this was the inning that determined who was going to win this game. So it was the bottom of the 5th. Cole Reagan, starting pitcher. I had to write down my notes. Cole Reagan's the starting pitcher. First batter, he got a ground out. Cool. The next batter, they got a single. It was Ramos. He got a single. Then the next batter comes up. He singles to like left center. MJ Melendez, was it? Yeah, he plays it. Damn. There was a single. Guy got on. Guy got to second. And then there was another pop fly where, the guy got to second, but there was a pop fly that MJ Melendez misplayed and went over him. But the guy at second couldn't get all the way home because he didn't know if it was going to be caught. So he only got to third. So he had a man on first and third in the bottom of the 5th. I believe this is the bottom of the 5th when I look on it. Because Mullins got a single. MJ misplayed it. So I put a man on first and third with 1 out. And I'm thinking, this inning could get out of hand real quickly for the Royals if they do not get out of this. Even if they give up a run, because the way they were pitching, it was a battle between the pitchers. There's no offense. This was pitching at its finest. And it's like, if you give up that inning, that bottom of the 5th, getting out of that inning with no runs given up was a big momentum boost, momentum shifter. It changed the whole complexity of the game. Like I said, I saw the next inning. I didn't see anything after that until after practice was over, and by that time it was in the 9th. It was in the bottom of the 9th, and the Royals just needed to get 2 more outs. But then we come up in the top of the 6th. We get I wrote it down here. Garcia gets on. Then the next batter gets out. Then Bobby Witt's out. Bobby Witt is up to bat. Garcia takes 2. He steals base. Boom. He's on second. He's in scoring position. Bobby Witt is up to bat. Guy is pitching. Bobby Witt's battling. Puts the cutter fastball right over the plate. Bobby Witt just takes it right over there in the gap to left. Scores the run for second. 1-0. Right there. Scoring that run. That changed. That inning before changed the whole complexity of the game. We got the run the next inning. And that sealed the deal. Because at that point, it was a pitcher's duel. And I didn't know Cole Reagans went out with like cramps. But the bullpen came in and finished the job. And that's what you need your bullpen to do. Because when it comes down to it in like these type of games, all it takes is one run. to win. And that inning, that bottom of the fifth, it could have got out of hand. And it would have been the pitcher's fault. It was the defense's fault for giving up, misplaying the ball, and getting your pitcher into that situation when it should have been a routine catch the ball out and not put in that situation. But you got to give credit to Cole Reagans for getting out of that inning with 2 strikeouts. Both strikeouts made the batter chase the ball and strike him out. Great pitching right there by Cole Reagans. And then you get the next inning, use that momentum, you get your run. You get your man on, you steal second, boom, you take second. Bobby Witt, single into the gap, scores the run. That's how you play baseball. That's how you play playoff baseball. That's how baseball is. You get your running, take 2. And yeah, and then we could have almost got another run. Bobby Witt tried to steal second, which I had no problem with that. You try to take that, get in scoring position again, and it was a close play. They challenged it because when I was watching the replay, I was like, no, they might challenge that. They went to commercial and they came back real quick. It was like, oh, they're challenging it. I was like, that's a good challenge. I mean, you get 2, you take that one right there because if it comes back that he was safe, you got another runner in scoring position. Granted, there's 2 outs, but you got another runner in scoring position to get him home. And all it takes is a base hit, and now you're up 2-0. In a game like that, 1 run's enough, but 2, that's like putting it out of reach when you got pitching going on like that on both sides on both teams when you got pitching like that. So I'm happy. The Royals won. I'm excited. Let's go. I'm excited. Playoff baseball is exciting. The Royals are here. Let's go. Let's get this series. Let's get this game tonight. So hopefully when this comes out, Royals have already won their second game and they're moving on. I'm excited. I think they can get it done today. All it takes is good pitching, good defense, and just score a run or 2 and put the pressure on Baltimore because the pressure's all on Baltimore. They got a 3-game series at home. They're already down 1. The pressure's on them. We're playing with house money, so let's go ahead and get it, Royals. And in the playoffs, that's what's going to come down to. It's going to come down to good pitching. And the Royals have some good starting pitching. It's just the bullpen. But the bullpen can get it together and come through. All you need is 1 or 2 runs. And you can take a game. You can take games, and then you can move on. And, hey, the Royals, I think they have a good shot as anybody else to make it to the World Series. Like, I don't think it's far-fetched. After watching last night's game, I don't think it's far-fetched. And nobody should either. I think the Royals are a viable team that you're going to have to come with your A game. Otherwise, it's going to be a tough out. But I think the Royals can make it there. I think they can make it to the ALCS and get to the World Series. After watching last night and seeing that, I was like, if they play like that, and maybe they wake up and they get the bats a little because the pitching is going to be top flight each game they play. Each game they play, if they advance, pitching is going to be top flight, but our pitching is going to be top flight too. So the old saying goes, defense wins championships. Offense wins games, defense wins championships. And right there was a prime example of Cole Reagans getting 2 strikeouts with 2 people on base, 1 out, 1 on third, 1 on first. And you get 2 back-to-back strikeouts. That's defense. That's champion. Pitching is part of the defense, right? Yeah, the defense and the fielding part put him in that situation, but the pitcher got him out. Great pitching. You got to have that in the playoffs. It shows. You got to have great pitching. That's it. Offense wins games. Defense wins championships. They got out of that inning. Offense was able to get him a run, and then they kept them scoring the rest of the game. And now we're here sitting 1-0. Hopefully, by the time this episode comes out, we're sitting at in the next round. So let's go. I'm excited. Let's fucking go. Royals, let's get it. Blue October. I don't know what saying they're doing, but I'm gonna go with Blue October. Let's go. Let's fucking get it. Royals, let's go. But we're gonna take just a quick break real quick, and then we're gonna jump on the other side, talk a little bit of Chiefs, and I'm gonna get out your hair. Like I said, I ain't gonna be here that long. Because I got stuff to do too. I know you got stuff. I ain't gonna be here this long. Ain't gonna be that long of an episode, so we'll be right back. Yes, we are here back on AK Show. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get it. On to the Chiefs. So, I don't even know what to say, to be honest. I'm at a loss for words. This three-peat, I think it can still happen. it's just one of those things that we're gonna earn that shit. I thought we earned this shit last year with the way our offense was playing last year, but our defense was playing great. But we earned that shit last year. I don't hear anybody talk about last year. We earned that shit. This year, we really gonna earn that shit, right? Because we got Hollywood Brown out. He's out the rest of the regular season. Maybe he'll be back for the playoffs. Pacheco's out from the time of his injury, 6 to 8 weeks. And then this past Sunday against the Chargers, on like a fluke type hit, friendly fire, Mahomes throws an interception, running the back, Rice going for the ball. Mahomes, at that time, Rice was going for the ball, going in to try to make a tackle to get the guy down. For returning it, Mahomes goes right into Rice's right knee, and you can see it like go back and buckle. I'm like, oh my god. When at the time it happened, I was like, oh my god, Rice is down. He's in pain. And then they show the replay. I'm like, oh my god, his knee. His fucking knee. And then they put him on the cart, and he puts a towel over his head. And I know that's like a sign, like the player knows, like, I'm done for the rest of the season. When they get on that cart and they put the towel over their head, they know. They know. I try to tell my wife that. She's like, it could just be a bruised bone or it could be hyperextended. I'm like, no. They put the towel on their head. They know it's done. Like, if you get on there, you just put the towel on your head like that, you're just like, I don't want anybody to see my expression. I'm pissed off. This is the end of my season, maybe, probably. But the only good news, really, out of that, before I move on about what they should do, things like that, there still hasn't been any word on what the official diagnosis is. They had an MRI. They had an X-ray during the game. Said he wasn't going to return. Andy Reid said at halftime, it doesn't look good. And then reports were coming out the Chiefs fear it could be a torn ACL. But now they're getting another second opinion. Nothing's really came out. So I really don't know what the hell is going on, to be honest, with the injury. I haven't looked recently. The last I heard, they were looking at another second opinion and seeing. So maybe it's not torn. Maybe it could be a partial tear. I don't know. Maybe it could be partial. Maybe it just be bruised real bad. I don't know. They haven't said anything. So I don't know how to interpret that. I don't necessarily think that's good or bad. It's like in the middle. I think we're just at a wait and see. But if I'm the Chiefs if I'm the Chiefs, if I'm fans of the Chiefs, I would just go with the worst case scenario. Just so you're prepared. So the Chiefs go based on worst case scenario. Okay. We'll go with that picture. So let's get into what the Chiefs should do in terms of bringing in another receiver, which I think they need to do, not because they don't have anybody. It's because now we're getting a depth issue, and we need somebody. Not just because we need somebody, but also because it's a depth issue. We're down 2 receivers for injury. One's gone the whole regular season. One might be gone the rest of the year. We don't know yet. So we do need to bring in another receiver for both of those because we need one and we need depth. But it's going to be a few weeks before that happens because the trade deadline is not until November 5th. And nobody's trading in the middle of prepping for week 5. That ain't going to happen. You're going to start hearing about more trades probably a week prior to the trade deadline. Right now, you're not going to hear trade talk. It might be brought up, but it ain't going to be nothing serious because nobody is trading anybody with like a little over a month left before the trade deadline. Let's be real about that. All right. So we know something's going to happen when it gets closer to the trade deadline. Who can they trade for? We could talk about that. Now, I've heard some people talk about Devontae Adams, some other names, DeAndre Hopkins, Amari Cooper, Deontay Johnson, Adam Thielen. So let's just go over these 5 names. And from what I've read and heard, Devontae Adams' his cap hit is too high. Plus, he plays for the Raiders, and I don't see the Raiders trading within the division. I don't care what the Chiefs are offering. They can't. It's not that they can't offer none. It's that they don't have the cap space. So that's out of the question. Also heard about Kadarius Toney. We're not bringing him back. Sorry, we've already tried that. It's done. Out. I understand why. He knows the offense, but we're not bringing him in. Then they were talking about DeAndre Hopkins. Cap hit too high as well. Because I think we only have like $4 million in cap space, and you can't use that all on one player. Because what if you have another injury at another position? You got to have some cap space to go trade for somebody or pick up a free agent, and you need that cap space. So you can't spend your money all in one position and one player. So Devontae Adams, DeAndre Hopkins is out. All right, Adam Thielen, they're talking about that, but he can't stay healthy. If he can stay healthy, he'd be a viable option. So the two that I've heard about, Amari Cooper and Deontay Johnson, are the two likely options, reasonable, because of their cap hit, because they're in the last year of the contract, so their cap hit is cheap. To be honest, I don't know much about Deontay Johnson. I'll be honest about that. I know more about Amari Cooper because he did at one point play for the Raiders and we played against him and things like that. But I will go with Cooper. If you're giving me the option to pick between those two, I'll go with Cooper. Bring him in. New situation. Better organization. Better quarterback. They may be able to get something out of him. And they may be able to get something out of Deontay Johnson as well. I feel like whoever they bring in, they're going to get the most out of. But those are the two most likely options that they're going to get. And if you give me a choice between those two, I'll go with Amari Cooper. Just because I know the name. I know the player. I know he's talented. But he's playing with the Browns. He's playing with Deshaun Watson, who's not that guy anymore. Sorry, after all the stuff happened and he missed all them years of football, he's not that player he was when he got drafted in his rookie year, in his first couple years. He sat out like 2 seasons before he played again. You expect him to come back and be the same player? No. Well, all that stuff he's got to go through? No. So if we can get like Amari Cooper in here, for a trade, if that's possible, we can come back. I think we'd be fine at wide receiver then at that point. Because you could potentially get Hollywood Brown back for the playoffs, which would be a huge addition. Because at that time, he would be fresh. He'll be rusty, but at the same time, he'll be fresh. And I don't mind that at all. And so, but right now, before I move on, also heard Tyreek Hill. I don't know. If you can make that happen, great. I have nothing against that. I don't know what his cap hit this year is, but okay, look, if you can make Devontae Adams happen, hey, listen, I ain't gonna be mad. I'll be ecstatic. Devontae Adams, let's fucking go. You can make DeAndre Hopkins happen. Listen, if the Chiefs could realistically make that happen, go for it. Go for it. Tyreek Hill as well. If you can make one of those three happen, go for it. I would rather take one of those three over Amari Cooper. But if you can't, then I'll take Amari Cooper. But if you can make one of those three somehow happen, go ahead. Because now, last night I was hearing Tyreek Hill. I was like, Tyreek Hill? How? No. Miami's not going to trade him back. Maybe. I don't know. Look, you never know what these GMs will do, what these teams will do. They could be offered something and they'd be like, well, we can't pass up on that. Let's go ahead and let's run that back to him. Let's give him that player. It's fine. We're building for the future. Because if you really think about it, Devontae Adams with the Raiders ain't going nowhere right now. So trading Devontae Adams and getting some draft picks and rebuilding your team to something else, getting a new quarterback, getting a new group of guys, is not the worst idea. Same with Miami. You don't have a quarterback. Tua is not it. Tua needs to retire. Let's be honest. Tua needs to retire. He needs to retire. Not for the simple fact that he can't play. He's a decent quarterback. But he's just taking too many concussions. So, if you want to trade Tyreek Hill and trade some of your other guys that you have on that team and get some draft picks and now go find your quarterback of the future, offensive tackle, things like that, and rebuild, you can. So, I can see teams doing that and be like, yeah, let's trade this player. Because where's D-Hop? D-Hop is he's on the Titans. He's on the Titans right now. I don't know why he went there, to be honest. Because he went there last year and they still had Derrick Henry, but now Derrick Henry's not there no more. So I wouldn't mind any of those three players. to be honest, what is D Hop's age? He's 32. If from those three players, I feel like D Hop would be the cheapest in terms of probably draft compensation because he's older, as opposed to Devontae Adams, who's still in his prime, Tyreek Hill, who's still in his prime. You'd probably have to give up a lot. But if you're trying to three-peat, you only get one opportunity at this three-peat. So if the Chiefs can make that happen with the cap situation, I'm all for any of those three players, Hill, Adams, or Hopkins. If they can't, then let's go get the next best option, Deontay Johnson, Amari Cooper, whatever. I just want somebody to come in here that can be healthy and be a viable option and help our offense because we're dropping like flies. But we are going to get Pacheco back. We're going to get him back. I don't know about Hollywood Brown. Maybe for the playoffs. But really, the only person coming back from injury that we know this season is Pacheco. So, until we get to that trade deadline, we have to rock with who we have right now. Now, it helps that we play Monday night, and then we have a bye week. So we get some time to figure some other stuff out. Maybe make some phone calls. Hell, maybe get a trade way before the trade deadline. You never know. I just don't expect trades to happen until we get closer to the trade deadline. But I could be wrong. Veach can get on the phone, offer somebody the world for somebody, and be like, let's make this happen. Let's get it done. Because at some point in the next couple weeks, there's going to be some teams that have like a receiver that are going to be like, yeah, we're no longer in the playoffs. And we'll make a trade. We'll get some draft capital so we can start that rebuild process. But right now, the Chiefs are going to have to rock with who they have for this game. Then they have to buy, and then they come back, and then they got to go a whole stretch into the playoffs. So, but the next few weeks, the Chiefs are going to have to rock with who they have. Other receivers are going to have to step up. We need Sky Moore to step up. We got to have Hardman step up. Xavier Worthy's got to basically be that number one. Justin Watson, he's reliable. We need Noah Gray. He got paid. He's got to step up. Kelsey was being Kelsey on Sunday. Got to keep that going. I'm loving what I saw from Kareem Hunt. A lot of people said that push the brakes on your expectations of what he's going to do. I feel like he's about to come out here and just run, and he did. Oh, he had a great game in terms of not going to any training camp, mini camps, anything like that, and just sitting at home 2 weeks ago, and then coming here and 16 for 81 or 16 for 70, something like that. He had a total of 89 yards, had a couple catches out of the backfield. I was like, yeah, he's still got something. He's still got something left, and he's a big boy. So, but he's your starter right now, and I'm totally fine with that. Carson Steele had his opportunity. He lost his job Sunday. He lost his starting job Sunday. And you can't blame them for the Chiefs taking him out because you fumbled again. One fumble, okay, let's move on. But then a couple weeks later, you fumble again. The first drive. You fumbled in the Baltimore game on critical situation. And that's something he's going to need to fix. I still like him. He's still a good running back. He can still run hard and things like that. But in terms of having the coach's trust, you lost that Sunday. You lost your starting job, and now it's Hunt's job. It's going to be Hunt and P. Ryan. Until Pacheco gets back, I'm not going to mind those three running backs. With Pacheco, Hunt, P. Ryan, and Carson Steele as a fourth. And you still got Clyde Edwards-Helaire. But to be honest, I'd rather run with those three. Pacheco, Hunt, and P. Ryan, and Carson Steele. I wouldn't mind putting Carson Steele as a fullback when you're a goal line situation, you're in I formation, and him being a lead blocker. Gain some trust that way because he's a physical back, but just fumbling in those type of situations when you're in a crowded area, especially on the first drive when you're trying to get some momentum and score, you can't have that. And I'm not sure what the issue is with the fumbling, with that second fumble, because I feel like he had both hands on the ball, and it could be one of those things he's trying to get yard and he's kind of got it loose, even though he has both hands because it came and got punched out. When you're in there and you got both hands, you got to squeeze that. If you're going to fight 4 yards, you better squeeze that ball. I know, I was running back. It's high and tight. When you get into that pile, it's two hands. Sometimes you just got to go down and not fight for them extra yards because look what happens. You start to get loose because you're worrying about fighting for those extra yards and somebody comes in, punches that ball out. Ball security. I would take ball security over fighting for those extra 2 to 3 yards. Unless it's like a situation like I need those 2 to 3 extra yards to get the first down, or I need this to get the touchdown because time was running out, right? That I can understand. But the first drive of the game, it's one of those things you got to know. Like, this is the first drive of the game. Let me protect this ball so we can keep this drive going. I got enough yards. I got a good amount of yards. Let's protect this ball. If we keep going, cool. If I go down, cool. We got 5-6 yards. Puts us in great position for second and short, or whatever the case may be. But I feel okay where the Chiefs are at right now, even with the injuries. There's people that are gonna have to step up on offense that don't normally do anything. And yeah, Mahomes knows. He said he has to play better. Yeah, he had the interception. I felt like he was trying to force that one. But other than that, Mahomes played a fine game. He had the big pass play to to Xavier Worthy for the 55-yard bomb. He just went straight past him. He threw it. I was like, ooh, he overthrew him. And then nope. He perfect dot right there. But I feel like he played fine, other than the interception, which I feel like he was trying to force that in there. Kelsey was being Kelsey that game. You get that from Kelsey, you'll be fine. You get that from Hunt and P. Ryan, you'll be fine. Xavier Worthy, if he steps up and gets some more catches, you'll be fine. Watson, Gray, Sky Moore's got to step up. Hardman, you got to get Hardman involved. I just think it's going to be one of those things to get a lot of people involved and get them involved with their strengths on offense. Because the defense is playing fabulous. Defense is playing great. Like, I have no complaints with the defense at all. I have no complaints. They out here doing the damn thing. They are upsetting these quarterbacks. They are putting pressure. Steve Spagnuolo and this defense is fucking fantastic. And they're going to keep us in a lot of games, and our offense has got to go and put points on the board. They can't have drives that stall. I would like, you take away the 2 turnovers, you're looking at more points in this past Sunday's game. And the same can be said with the other games where we had a turnover. You take away the turnover, the game looks different. So just protect the balls. Don't get those penalties that kill a drive. Those are drive killers. When you're moving the ball and then you get a penalty and you got back up 5, 10, 15 yards, those are drive killers. Just turnovers and penalties is really basic. Turnovers and penalties. If you can eliminate those, the offense will be fine. I really do believe that. Like, I'm not stressing out. I'm not stressing out over Rashid Rice going down. It sucks because he was your number 1 receiver right now. But now it's literally next man up. And I think the Chiefs, the coaching staff preaches that all the time. The players, they know that. It's like next man up. Look, what you gonna do? What you want to do? You want to play? Let's go. We trying to 3-peat. We need everybody. This is literally going to take a whole team effort of every fucking body to get this done this season and get this 3-peat done. It's going to take everybody, every coach to every player on the roster. It's going to take all of them. Every week, every game, every 53 men is going to take, all right, practice squad. It's going to take every single coach, every single coordinator, every single assistant. Is going to take all of them to get this done. And I have faith that they can get it done. And I know Brett Veach we trust because I know he's going to get something close. Something's going to happen at this trade deadline. We're getting some receiver, and it's going to be like, how the fuck did we do that? And I don't care what they have to give up to get it. At this point, when you're going for history in your 3rd Super Bowl in a row, to me, draft picks are irrelevant. We'll figure that shit out down the line. We got a lot of young players on this team right now. All right? If we got to give up some draft picks to get somebody here, that's fine. We're going for history. We're trying to get this fucking 3-peat. So I'm all for it. So let's go fucking Chiefs. Let's go fucking Royals. Let this be the year where our baseball team wins the World Series and the Chiefs 3-peat. Oh my God, this town loses their fucking mind. I'm here for it. I'm fucking here for it. Let's go. So, yeah, my hat came undone. Let's go fucking Royals today. Game 2 on Wednesday. By the time you listen to this is going to be released Friday. We got the Chiefs on Monday night against the Saints at home. And I have a game tonight. Our team is 3-0. Middle school football. Indian Hills. The Indian Hill Knights. The Knights. We're going against Indian Woods. So we're both 3-0. So it's going to be a tough game. I'm calling defense. I'm calling the defense of tonight. because our other coach defense usually calls defense out of town on a conference for school. So I'm in charge of defense. I'm excited. Let's fucking go. Let's get this win. Let's get this dub so we can go 4-0 and beat our rival. I'm excited. Let's go. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that comment button. What you think the Chiefs should do? Do you think the Royals are going to go on? Comment. I want to hear you. I want to hear you. We out here. Be sure to follow me on the socials. Look for AK the Ref. Look for Adam Kennedy. You'll find me. I'm over here in the socials. Let's fucking get it. I'm your boy, AK the Ref. I'm out. Peace. Let's fucking go. Let's go. I'm out. I'm going to get out of here. You see that Super Bowl ring? Yeah, that's mine.